and welcome to the channel. This is Mikhailov from Team Retro, where we like retro games and the devices that bring them to us. So this video is a little different. We're actually not talking about a handheld. We're talking about a handheld accessory in the form of these cool looking glasses. These are the Viture Pro XR Glasses. These glasses protect the screen in front of your eyes and present an experience very different from looking at a traditional screen. So in this video, we're going to talk about all the different ways that I've been using these glasses for retro as well as modern gaming. We're going to find out if this accessory is worth your hard-earned dollar bucks. So let's dive in and get to work. At time of recording, the Viture Pro XR glasses are available on their website starting at $459. The bundle I am reviewing is the $588 Viture Pro collection tailored for Nintendo Switch. This bundle was sent to me by Viture for the purposes of this review. As is always required, all opinions are my own, I'm not being paid, and they are not seeing this video before it is published. It's time to hop onto our mount and ride into Spec Town. The Viture Pro XR glasses advertise a 135-inch Sony Micro OLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate, meaning when wearing the glasses, it will simulate a 135-inch screen in front of your face. These glasses also boast anti-glare, anti-ghost, and anti-motion sickness technology, as well as manual myopia adjustments for those who wear glasses. There are speakers on the side of the glasses which are tuned by Harman, and there is a blackout option to limit your peripheral vision so you could focus on just the gaming. There's also a pass-through option when you need to see what's around you. Now let's go ahead and unbox the unit. The glasses come with a really nice carrying case that can house the glasses as well as a USB-C cable that attaches them to the device you want to project. You also get various nose guards depending on your nose shape and individual level of comfort. I found most of these to be uncomfortable for my specific Italian honker, but I eventually settled on the ones on the right. They still rest heavy on my nose, but they're not as uncomfortable as my prescription glasses I have to wear before bed. Now let's tour the device, just so we can see the various buttons and doodads that these glasses come with. On the left arm are two volume buttons, as well as a button that has multiple functions. Holding it down will switch between blackout mode and pass-through mode. Pressing it once quickly will switch between using the volume buttons to adjust volume or screen brightness. On the right arm is a magnetic proprietary connector for the USB-C cable, and the top of the glasses houses the two myopic dials. I tried a few different devices with the glasses, and they all seem to work. The first device I used was the Neo Air 1S. Since this is a compact handheld, I figured that this would pair really well with the Viture glasses for travel. You have a compact handheld and a compact screen. I imagine this will work really well on airplanes. I didn't seem to have any issues with the glasses themselves. The only issue I ran into here was navigating windows because Neo devices don't really accommodate switching between gamepad and mouse mode. They just kind of switch as needed, like when navigating the desktop versus playing an actual game. There were times when I would get stuck and couldn't unstick myself without unplugging the glasses and using the touchscreen. These aren't really an issue with the glasses themselves, it's more of an issue with Windows jank as far as handhelds are concerned. I found the best way to mitigate that issue was to purchase a Bluetooth keyboard and trackpad combo for those moments, not just for when I got stuck navigating the Windows jank, but also for moments in Final Fantasy XIV where I need to access the keyboard for things like shopping the market board or typing in chat. For moments like these, I would turn off the blackout mode so I could see the keyboard keys in my peripheral vision. The Asus ROG Ally X is a little easier to navigate thanks to some of the built-in options through Armory Crate, but I did have a few hiccups nonetheless. One pertains specifically to Final Fantasy XIV, where the game would go through a weird glitch if I connected or disconnected the glasses while the game was already running. It would stop after about a minute and I would go about my day, but it was still interesting. It's also the only game I had that issue with. Out of all of the x86 devices that I own, the best experience I had was with the Steam Deck OLED, because the Steam Deck's gaming mode is naturally suited to using a controller. The built-in trackpads would also get me out of a jam, and the virtual keyboard is more responsive than any Windows handheld. I would say if there's one x86 handheld that works exceptionally well with these glasses, it's going to be the Steam Deck. Also, a good experience was using an Android device. With the iNeo Pocket S, the main display turned off when the glasses were plugged in, and I was able to mostly navigate with the handheld's controller. Since I mostly retro game on Android handhelds, I loaded up Emulation Station Desktop Edition before plugging in the glasses, and everything pretty much just worked. Consequently, I found that retro games were the best experience on these glasses. It wasn't just because of how big the games appeared, it was also the fact that retro games cause less eye strain than modern games. Viture advertises that these headsets cause less eye strain than a phone or computer monitor. And while I felt that I was able to wear these glasses for longer than other AR glasses or VR headsets that I've tried, I did hit a wall after about an hour of gameplay where I had to take the glasses off due to eye strain. I personally am also very sensitive to motion sickness, so it may just have to do with that. However, I don't believe these glasses are meant to be worn for extended periods of time without some form of discomfort forming. They're also not meant to be moved around. I would treat these more like a portable screen than a VR headset, meaning they're really good for when you're lounging around on your bed or sitting on a couch, but not so much when you're moving around. The bundle I received also came with an 8BitDo Viture branded controller, a mobile dock with a battery pack, and a mount specifically for the Nintendo Switch. This is a bundle clearly designed for the Switch, as you cannot use attached Joy-Cons when docked, so you are going to need an external controller. Setting up the glasses with the Switch requires the mobile dock that is also part of this bundle. First, you have to put the case on the Switch, then mount the mobile dock to the case, pair the 8BitDo controller, connect a USB-C cable from the Switch to the mobile dock, and finally, plug the glasses into one of the USB-C ports labeled for the glasses themselves. If you have a second pair of glasses, you can also connect those for multiplayer with another person. The controller, however, for being a Nintendo Switch bundle, has an Xbox button layout, and Viture's website actually makes note of this because the controller can also be paired with other accessories like their neckband. This causes problems when playing games on the Switch though, because the button layout has to be manually fixed in the Switch's controller settings. And those changes to the button mapping carry over if you decide to use this controller on another handheld like the ROG Ally X. I would say make sure you reset the button mapping before pairing this with something that isn't the Nintendo Switch. You also have to set the Switch aside next to you when you're playing, which means you most likely need to lay the system flat. There is no kickstand on the mobile dock, and that might impact airflow for the Switch console itself. It took some doing, but I was able to get everything to work pretty solidly, and I could enjoy some Super Mario Bros. Wonder. The mobile dock is also a battery pack, so it will charge the Switch for you while you're playing. Now let's go ahead and start to wrap things up with my final thoughts. Let's start with the clarity of the screen projected by these glasses. I've tested a decent amount of eyewear over the past year outside of the scope of this channel, just kind of on my own time, and these glasses are absolutely the clearest and the brightest out of all of them. There's no blurred edges, and you don't need to go out and buy a prescription lens attachment thanks to the myopic adjustments built into the device itself. This makes these glasses a great traveling partner, and quite frankly, I imagine these will be fantastic on an airplane or in a hotel room. Of course, no device is perfect, so let's look at the negatives. I did find myself succumbing to eye strain after prolonged use, and depending on the game, I did get mildly motion sick. I feel that this is just a me problem, but if you're also sensitive to motion, these glasses might impact you in the same way they did me. The effect was much less prominent than on any other glasses I've tried, however. The Nintendo Switch setup was a little convoluted, but it did ultimately work, albeit needing extra hardware. And lastly, these glasses are a bit pricey. When you add the cost of a device on top of the cost of these glasses, it can get a little bit expensive. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this a device you are considering? Do you have one? And what do you think is the best use case for a device like this? And please feel free to continue the conversation in both the Retro Handhelds and the Steam Machine Discords, where you could find me hanging out in between videos. And if you want to support the show like these wonderful people here on the screen, you can do so by going to my Patreon page. Links to all these places are in the description. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe if this video was helpful to you in any way. Every smash of that button helps the channel grow and allows me to get more content out to you. Until next time, bye for now, and don't stop believing.